It helps me write better and read better, and now I feel confident with myself.
CKLA is a comprehensive literacy resource that we're excited to use next year in Oshkosh in grades K through 5.
CKLA stands for Core Knowledge, Language, Arts. It's really a comprehensive literacy curriculum that encompasses speaking, listening, reading, writing, all the parts of the science of reading that we've been craving in the Oshkosh Area School District. So at the very beginning of the year, CJ was sitting at the edge of the carpet. He was doing what I was telling him to do, but he was not totally engaged. But I would say definitely by the second unit, when we started talking about ancient civilizations, that CJ became a new learner. He was raising his hand, he was participating in his group work, he was reading to learn, and he was reading because he wanted to.
What I enjoyed the most is probably working as a class in one book instead of doing your own book and everybody else doing their own book. Writing about the Maya, Aztec, and Inca, that was fun because we were writing it in our own words, and we were writing about the 3 social classes in each civilization.
So yeah, when he came home this fall and was like, what we did in CKLA today, it prompted a conversation about, oh, Dad and I, we climbed Chichen Itza when we were in Mexico. And so that prompted some more conversation and some interest of him. And then what's the next unit? And then he would know always what the next unit was gonna be. He's just so much more curious. And curiosity is essential to get them interested to learn and take the next steps in empowering themselves to want to know more.
CJ is a great example of what CKLA can do to a reader. He is a much more proficient reader. That is because he's able to access text that he's interested in that's at a 5th grade level. And he's able to access it because maybe he's heard me read it, or maybe he's heard a partner read it, or maybe him and a classmate have read it together. And we're writing about it, and we're talking about it, and we're acting it out. All the different modes and modalities that CKLA brings that understanding just so much richer and deeper.
And now they're really skill building to really unlock that code. And we see more phonics work done. We see very explicit direct instruction that's giving them those tools to bring back to the text that they're reading at all different levels to find success.
It helps me by practicing and sounding out words help, asking questions. I don't really get scared to ask questions as much.
In Sedona's learning this year, and this is actually the case for many of our students, we're seeing a student that was maybe reluctant to find a good fit book, or they were reluctant to really engage in conversation, or to write really thoughtfully and express all of what they're trying to say. And so a great example of this is when we look at early writing this year, we see her using sentences that are I went to, or just very, very brief in description, and now she's adding detail, and she's expressing all of the parts of her as a reader and as a writer in new ways that are allowing her to build that confidence, to find that success. And then when she's building that, she's able to share that with peers and her teachers. There's a sense of pride that she's really taking in her work.
Since I've been practicing a lot, it helps me write better and read better, and now I can almost read any word, and now I feel confident with myself.
I feel more confident than last year. When it's CKLA time, I want to write more and also read more of the story. When it's over, I still want to read the book more.
I'm so thrilled that this is here and that the district has adopted it, because he actually did ask, what do we do in 6th grade? And we had that conversation. So, that alone, if you have a 11, 12-year-old asking, what's our reading going to be next year? That says a lot.
Year 1, We put ourselves in a really good position to learn a lot more as educators for how this resource is going to be successful for our students. And I am excited for what next year brings and just how we continue to grow our readers, because that's such an invaluable skill that they're going to carry over to the rest of their life, and that's so important.